income level. And you have to look at it in terms of the future of the country. Like, if people are paying that much, I mean, where's the, I mean, small businesses could only employ so many people. There's only so many jobs available. It just have a completely negative effect on the economy. Now, Hillary's policies seem to be, a little less extreme, but it's still probably going to end up affecting the economy negatively in the same light. Whereas Trump, I mean, Trump's come from a business perspective. I know it's a cliche; people say it all the time, but I think that he'll definitely be into less regulation and more, and he understands the tax code, like, or he understands the tax brackets better than Sanders, who hasn't even been in politics like throughout his entire life, hasn't worked in the private sector. So I think Trump has a better understanding of that, and will ultimately, in terms of the economy, I think be a lot better for individuals who want to end up having a stable living in the future.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, that's interesting. Um. Howard, have you want to say?
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
pass
know. I
on to you
was
too.
just kind of listening. I wouldn't. I wouldn't go the full socialist route. Like Bernie Sanders is more communist
Yeah,
than socialist. Um,
yeah.
Was
like
he not the
Hitler
only one
wouldn't.
who
Hitler
tried
wouldn't
to
do
make
this.
education for free?
Yeah. He wanted to like have some system where you have guaranteed loans or something for attending college, and
Yeah.
he wanted to reduce the student loan burden. My perspective is, if you have to take out a substantial loan, don't do it. Don't go to college. Get in, go to another field. Don't waste your money. I mean, who the fuck wants to? I mean, you're gonna make the taxpayer pay for fucking all of these loans, these guaranteed loans for individuals who want to fucking study gender relations in college, get a degree in gender relations or communications. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe it'd make the world a better place in the long run.
Oh, I mean, it's just going to negatively. I mean, ultimately, you look at the economy and look at the kind of effects it's going to have, and yeah, I mean, it's just going to, lead to kind of a downward spiral where we're
I
paying way too
respectfully
much.
disagree.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I understand. I mean, I could see the perspective that some might have, the principle behind it. We have to educate everyone, but, I would argue that in terms of today, there's a lot more opportunities for education than there were in the past. I mean, we have the internet. A lot of people, at least in our country, I don't know how it is from your perspective, but at least in our country, it's fairly accessible to everyone. So I think there are a lot of opportunities for individuals who take the initiative on their own. They can educate themselves, and they can end up having a lucrative job in the future. And if they don't, I mean, there's trade options available at the moment. There's a lot of other options that are available. Everybody thinks that you have to, like in our society, you have to have like a college education in order to get somewhere. Or it's not necessarily true. Students with bachelor's degrees in fucking useless subjects are in substantial debt. Individuals who aren't, who are working as carpenters or as plumbers or whatever, are in no debt and are actually earning a pretty good business with stable work. So, you know,
But I mean, why are these students in debt? I mean, why
they're
does
they're they're in debt
why
because they're
education
so.
cost? Like, I mean,
Yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, I mean, schools, of course, are in the are businesses. They've had to turn into businesses. If we look at, 100 years ago, schools were a lot less, and I think Howard and I discussed this before. Schools weren't. I mean, they were always kind of businesses, like private institutions at least, and well, public institutions as well. But there was
yeah,
more. I mean, they're a lot more selective, and um, they had more of the goal of educating individuals in terms of specific subjects. There were the general schools, like the general colleges, where you get like a general college education. Then, if you wanted to go further, you'd go into like a specialized school, law school, whatever. Um, now a lot of it's a lot easier to get into these schools. So schools will of course they have to profit off of it somewhat. They have to keep their tuition levels up, and they have to
Basically,
they have,
what you're
they have a
saying is
financial interest.
that you're getting a sieve, and you're basically the wealthier, the wealthiest get educated, and the non-wealth, not the under, the people that don't have enough money to go to college don't get educated.
If the schools, like at least in general, decide to accept federal loan money from the government. The school that I go to does. So students who can't afford to pay the full cost of law school, unfortunately, have to take out substantial loans. And if they do take out substantial loans, I mean, you kind of got to generally understand this. Like they're going to be in debt for a period of time. There's interest rates that are attached to loans, and this is a federal mandate too.
A period of time could be the exact at the to till you die,
Well, yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, this is sort of like what we've devolved into with the welfare state that's going on right now, at least in our country. Everything seems to be kind of gear like on its face, it's guaranteed, but when you look at the consequences of it, it's definitely not. Yeah, sure, just take out a loan. You could go to any school. No, don't. I mean, it's going to affect you negatively financially a lot more in the future. Yes, I mean it is unfortunate. Students, there are a lot of people who want to go to school, but unfortunately they can't afford it and they have to take out a loan. I understand that perspective, and I also understand the perspective of like the wealthier. Of course they could afford. They don't have to take out any loans, but I think that if we reduce, if we eliminated at least some of the uh, some of our costs for other programs, we could have the opportunity to uh, have a better standard of living, so individuals wouldn't have to take out as much loans to attend. Um, I mean, it's kind of like loans operate in accordance with the general flux of society is going. So nowadays, it's more likely that students will take out more loans because of our general economic, our general kind of decline in economic stability. So,
So you reckon you tackle the economy first?
what?
You tackle the economy first.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of, well, I mean, it's definitely tackling the economy. I mean, I mean, I don't know initially. I mean, I think that it would definitely help at least to have somebody like Trump in an executive position who has the opportunity to veto a bunch of like bullshit laws that Congress tries to pass to hamper economic activity.
Businessman that knows about business.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think that at least slowly. I mean, we're in a decline, but that could slow the decline. It could gradually decrease some of the negative effects that are associated with it. We're still going to be in decline, but Trump could
Well,
definitely.
that's the issue. Do you not think that this is just rearranging furniture on the Titanic?
Yeah, I mean,
I agree, Howard.
yeah, I do. I do agree with that. Unfortunately, guys, I gotta go right now. But if you
Yeah.
guys are still available later, but fucking class. So, nice talking to you though. And we'll chat in the future. So,
Excuse me.
Okay, cheers, Sean.
all right, take care. Bye.
Take care.
See you. Ah, good old Sean. You had a nice little chat there as well. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm presuming he's voting Trump.
I don't know if he's voting at all, really. I guess it sounds like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it kind of swings that way.
I don't know. I think really that kind of line of thought is putting the cart before the horse, you know, like try and fix the economy. The economy is really the result of the Federal Reserve System and the people itself. You know, the people are the economy.
We need to go back to the inner core.
Mm-hmm.
And then start from there, fresh.
Yep. There you have it. You have it right there.
I'm just looking at this picture of it's, you know, these things called memes or memes.
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 Or meme.
Just copy one. Just seeing them there. It's really fun. I thought it was funny anyway.
Waiting for it to download. Okay. Wait, I'm not. Oh, okay. The Clinton tour bus says forward together and says Clinton tour bus full of shit. Then it has a zoomed in picture of the bus releasing its sewage. It says they call it synchronicity. Very good, very good.
Yeah. Literally, Hillary Clinton is dumping her shit on the side of American streets.
For somebody else to clean up.
Oh yeah, for someone that for someone else that has to clean up, yeah, for sure.
Alright, I've got to do some positioning. We're now broadcasting on the live stream of YouTube, our anti-broadcast YouTube account. Nobody watching so far. No surprise there. We have 4 subscribers, and that's me and our friends. And in about 10 minutes, I'm hoping. Yep, that's it. You know, if everything starts from somewhere, you know. And in about 10 minutes.
Looking at the stars.
Huh?
I said I'm in the gutters and I'm looking at the stars.
That's the attitude to have.
Definitely.
So in about 10 minutes, we're due to have our guest for tonight. I don't think he's going to show up. I think he would have at least accepted my...
Who have you do?
Oh, hang on. He has accepted my contact request on Skype, so hopefully he'll show up in 10 minutes and then we can actually do this. But so far, it's looking like he's not going to show up. It fucking sucks.
Who is this person, if you don't mind me asking?
An Iranian guy who grew up in England. His name is Amir, and he runs a YouTube channel called Insanity is Sanity. And he covers subjects like Flat Earth, Mandela Effect, dinosaurs are a hoax, etc., etc.
Okay, that would be really interesting if he showed up. It would be interesting if he would show up.
Very interesting.
I would have a few questions to give him.
And we would be open to that. That'd be great. The more questions, the better, because
Yep.
I'm not entirely sure if I have any.
How is things with EVRN means?
Shite, as usual. However, we do have Sean on board now, and he's kind of a co-host at this stage. And we're getting an artist to make little caricatures of me and Sean together and then separately. So, you know, having images for YouTube and such. You know, something cute.
It's the small things that count.
Yep. Yep. And we've got a new YouTube channel for specifically the show, where we will put clips of the show. And that might actually get things started. You know?
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea. That's true. So back to the whole, I know me and Sean and you kind of cleared up, but back to the whole Hitler thing.
Mm-hmm.
You honestly would like him to come back?
Yep. I think it would be the best thing to happen to Europe right now.
Say his name wasn't Hitler. Say his name was fucking Hyman. And he done the same things. But he used different methods. But he at the end of the day, politically wise, he done the same job.
I don't see how that's possible, because there was a problem and he tried to get rid of it, and he got rid of it just enough so that the country could regain its strength. But while that problem was there, which took the measures that he employed to get rid of them, then the nation wouldn't have flourished. He wouldn't have been able to do the job.
Okay. So do you think that his methods?
Well, like, when you say methods, like, what do you mean exactly? Like, give me specifics.
There's been stories of. Okay. If you want to go specifics, I mean, there's been specific reports of babies being born and then with their legs swung into a tree to kill them instantly.
Okay.
Also, I used to live beside an ex-World War II soldier who was actually a Nazi, and he actually showed me his tattoo. Now, in order to get to Ireland, he had to escape from prison camp in England, and then from England he made his way to Ireland. So when he came to Ireland, he sorry, I don't know the right words or the right adjectives, but he became Catholic, you know, in order to live here.
Yep.
But I've heard some stories of the methods that the Nazis used during the war, and I mean, ruthless is an understatement.
Understatement, yeah. Okay, I don't think that there were any, like, prescriptions from Hitler that said swing babies into trees or even kill. There was no orders whatsoever to kill anyone. Like, maybe at the very end I could see.
Let's not shoot the messenger here. Let's not shoot the messenger. I'm just saying this is what happened.
Yeah, it is what happened, but, like, who did it? And could have Hitler stopped it if he saw it happening?
you have a very valid point. It's like being in any organization. If someone in the organization is doing something wrong, does that taint your whole organization?
Exactly.
Or does that taint that just one person?
Now, what
You know?
we've got to look at is the people who are fighting
But I
Germany.
do honestly do believe that orders were given out to inhumanely kill people. I think there could have been more humane methods. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm hearing what you're saying, and like I said, I would choose Hitler, not his henchmen who were very likely agents who infiltrated.
Or his doctor.
I've heard that his doctor has come out recently and said a few things. I just don't know what.
His doctor had a very, very, very big influence on Hitler.
Hmm.
Very much so.
In what way?
By the way, he used to prescribe his medication. I mean, he used to prescribe him barbiturates, opiates, downers, uppers. You know what I mean? Like, if you look in any video of any Hitler video, you'll always notice that his left hand is behind his